Well, we're back in the office. We opened up the office today, ready to serve. We're still going to hold off for a few weeks for face-to-face appointments, but still doing conference calls, phone calls, emails, and of course ready and able whenever one of our valued clients needs any assistance. We're here. I want to talk a little bit today about the economy and recoveries. From an economic news perspective, everybody's trying to predict, is it going to be a V-shaped, L-shaped, J-shaped? What letter of recovery are we going to experience? Now, the biggest driving factor in that recovery, without question, is going to be the consumer, which, as we've talked about in the past, consumer expenditures make up 70% of our country's gross domestic product. And in the past, there's been no more resilient part of our GDP than the consumer. When you compare that to business spending, which has been historically low, government spending, which has been all over the charts, depending upon the administration, the budget, the year, and so forth, what's always been the steady hand, if you will, in the GDP has been the consumer. But clearly the consumer has taken the biggest hit in this crisis. And so last March, we saw retail sales drop 6.2%. I would anticipate revisions of that number to get higher. That seems quite low, actually. But things like automobiles, things like houses, those will still get bought. But the discretionaries is where the big question lies. How will consumers spend their money? Interestingly enough, savings rates have skyrocketed, which means discretionary money is still out there, but will people part with it? I think that'll have a lot to do with this recovery. And clearly, your comfortability in spending money has a lot to do with your job stability, has a lot to do with your income. If you're on a variable income, has that changed? Your investment performance, some people adjust their income based upon how their investments are doing. So, and what's the elephant in the room for all this? That's the virus. Clearly, if we can slow down the spread of the virus, see lower numbers, people will get out and about and spend more money, and hopefully, fingers crossed, help us participate in more of a V-shaped recovery than some of the scarier options of, well, worse being sort of an L-shaped, which means it doesn't, J-shaped, or a slower recovery in this economy. If you have any questions, comments, give us a call. We are in the office, ready to help you. Take care.